So, welcome back. This is sort of part 2 of my book haul, more just a mini review for the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess manga. This manga has more recently come out than some of the other ones, and I was very excited to get it. It's actually done by the same person, or rather the same creators that did the other ones, which is a team of 2 women who go by the name of Akira Himikawa. I got it right. Like you see, we have Volume 1 and Volume 2, and I promise you one day I'm going to get a video version of my review for the Legend of Zelda box set manga. It's coming, guys. I can feel it. I promised myself it's going to happen, and it's going to happen. Eventually. It will happen. It will. I know. But with the box set, most of games are completed in 1 or 2 volumes. Mostly 1. So with Twilight Princess, I was a little bit surprised to find out that by the end of Volume 2, Link had only just beaten the first dungeon. Sorry guys, if you've played the game, I'm assuming this isn't any spoiler material. If it is, I mean, I'm sorry. Obviously this is going to be a little bit more focused on the actual story of the manga, of the game, in manga format. So as is the case with my other Legend of Zelda review, I'm going to kind of discuss some of the similarities, some of the differences. So obviously your main character is Link. Link has a very interesting personality, and like in the manga he actually talks, which is kind of an interesting change of pace from the games. That's allowing him, a personality, but this one kind of seemed to stand out a little bit from the others, and also it gave Link a little bit of a backstory, because in the games you just kind of assume that he's grown up in this village, but if you think about it, it's a little bit strange that he doesn't have any parents. I mean, he almost never has parents, so that's not really strange, but just kind of, where was he before this? Where did his parents grow up? And so this kind of, they provide a little bit of a backstory for the reader in this set. Also, a lot of emphasis is put on the characters in the game, especially the villagers of Orndon. At least at this point, because that's kind of the only place that Link has been. Something I thought was interesting was the dungeons are dealt with somewhat similarly in this version as opposed to the versions from the box set, where it's just kind of, I mean, obviously Link doesn't go through the dungeon page by page like, oh, I fought this monster, I solved this puzzle. It's mostly just kind of introduction to this space, and then some boss fights, and there you go. And Twilight Princess as a game is kind of one of the darker games. I mean, it's up there with like Majora's Mask, but they're kind of darker for different reasons. Twilight Princess, you could almost say, oh, it's literally darker because part of it's in the Twilight, which is true, but here Link kind of struggles with darkness being part of his identity a little bit, because I mean, obviously he's like the hero chosen by the gods and stuff, but he's also kind of having identity issues, which is interesting, I think, to see him deal with that, because you don't really see that in the game. Anyway, I think I've discussed enough of this, so shameless plug, go buy the manga, even though it's really expensive.